Hi guys, and welcome to another video by Decker Does Rust. We're going to change it up a bit like the previous couple I've been doing. We're actually kind of doing some C++. But what we want, the end goal to most of this C++ is to port to Rust. Yeah, might actually make that a bit bigger. Like that. So the general end goal is to get C and C++ ported into Rust, but obviously to do that we need some C or C++ to actually port. So initially I'm just going to do this like an idea of what we're doing. Let's say we want to do general primer. Just more of a refresher course if you like, if you've already used the stuff, or if you're new to C or new to C++ and you've never used it before. I'm just going to cover a few things. Also it'll be to do with the Visual Studio. So it'll be Visual Studio and C++. Alright, let's get rid of that bit there. So we're going to do this in a few steps. So first going to be project creation. Then we're going to probably be doing include, hash include on it. I'll use IOStream as the example. And we'll probably do a hello world or hello YouTube. Then from there we'll figure things like data types. Size of data types. Let's think. What else? Yeah, I think for now we'll leave it at that. So that'll probably be like one episode. That will be another episode. So that'll be, let's rewrite that a bit. Episode 1. Intro. That'll also be episode 1. So the two of those will be episode 1. Two of these will be episode 2. Data types. I'll try and get both of those in episode 3. So we've kind of got a general outlook of it. At the moment we're on the intro because that's what we're doing. We're planning the thing. We haven't started the project creation yet. So what we'll do is I'll get straight onto that. So in Visual Studio, I'm using Visual Studio 2013. Community Edition. Let's see. So we go File, New, Project. So from here you'd go to the C++, scroll down and look down until you see Empty Project. Select Empty Project. Just give it a name. Primer. Underscore YT for YouTube. Okay. Wait for a few seconds for it to actually create the project kind of thing. It'll set up a file structure on the system. From here we'll make a new file, so add new item. We're just going to make a CPP file. I'm going to leave it as default name for now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to the actual thing. Let's do comments. Actually, I should have actually made a general idea of comments. That probably would have been an idea as well. This is going to be the CPP and VS Primer, just as a heading for it. I think that'll do really. Let's see, that's done. Let's save that. I might actually make a header file, just so we've got that to be able to include stuff and whatever. So under header files, right click, add, new item, header file. We'll leave it at the standard name as well. That's fine. In a header file in Visual Studio, and pretty much most C++ compilers will allow for this, but there's different ways of doing it. But I'm just going to do a pragma once. This basically tells it only allow this to be included once. If it's already been included, then don't include it again, because sometimes you have multiple files and they'll include something which will then include something which will then include the thing what was included, and then that'll include something that was already included, and it'll all be like cyclical redundancy and just end up bulking out code and never ending loop of it. So the pragma once actually makes it stay sort of just once. Void PRM, just making a quick method called PRM. And for now I'm just going to have it just sit there and do nothing. To do add some logic. There we go. So basically there's nothing in there at the moment, just it calls it and it ends. It's not a lot that happens there. Again, in a C file you need a main method. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do int main, and because it's an integer based one, it's saying it returns an integer to the system. So to do that we return 0. Now 0 is like exit success. It's saying okay, we've successfully exited the program. The things that the entry point to any C program or C++ program is the main method. That it looks for the main method and runs it. So main method is the entry point, and the end of the entry point is denoted with a return statement. So this is returning to the system. Anything that's ran in this method is what gets done during the execution of the program. So if I turn around and just say add logic, make that to do again. But what I'll do is I'll add a method called PRN, which will be an error because it doesn't exist. Even though in this file over here we've made PRN. Now I'm going to get back to that once we actually start thinking about this a bit more logically. But that will be added, or that will be discussed in the next episode.